Hello, and welcome to this month's edition of InDesign Magazine, where you learn tips and tricks and things that you may have forgotten about or things that you didn't know. My name, who am I, you ask? My name is Andrea Bass-Latson. I'm an Adobe community expert. I'm also a graphic and web design instructor for a college. So now that you know who I am, let's get started. All right, let me share my screen. Hopefully you're seeing my screen. You should be. So this month is Valentine's Day. Yeah. And what do you think about when you think about Valentine's Day? Love, because it's in the air, right? No, or I think about like things like gratitude or happiness or just thanking people who are in my life who are awesome. I also think about like relationships, pampering, romantic locations, just an opportunity to go somewhere that you just want to go with someone that you love. And someone that you love could be your children, your family, your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It could just be anybody, right? It's just like a time of togetherness or a time of, sharing gifts, with people, cards, food, eating food, weddings, proposal, friendship, you name it, right? That's what I think of when I think of Valentine's Day. I'm sure you probably think of a million other things as well. But Valentine's Day, there's a mood, there's a vibe to it, right? And so what we're going to create today is a mood board. Ooh, do you know what a mood board is? I don't know. I don't know. So a mood board is really just a visual representation of something, right? So visual representation of InDesign, like a product. So if I were creating a media kit or a branding kit for a client, I would talk about, like, I would create a mood board about like their company, right? Like, or what they want to be branded, like what type of font do they want? What type of images would they like? What type of textures do they want? What type of mood vibe should this feel? Just different things I would put in there. What type of illustrations, what type of type, what type of colors, and things like that. So that's a mood board, kind of a collection of different things that put together to create this project. It's going to help you with it. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I have, let me make sure I'm in the right board. Not quite sure why, but anyway, what I have set up is this mood board. Now you're seeing squares, but every mood board does not have to be squares. It can be like a magazine style. It can be collage style. It could be any style you want. But for this demo, I have it in squares. I have it compartmentalized, but yours does not have to be. It doesn't have to be strict. It can be, it's really just your mood, how you feel as you're creating this. What vision do you see in your creation? So I went ahead and did some things in advance. I have text here. I have the font that I'm going to use. I have the squares already here. These are the two fonts, Alex Brush and Active Grotesque Light. So for this Valentine's Day project, that's what I'm going to use. I have squares. I have the circles for the swatches. I have, and just the different squares. So I'm gonna go, so these are, I created these inside of the master pages, which we've done before. So if you want a refresher, go back to some of the previous videos and you'll be able to see those. But so these are inside of master pages. I'm gonna hit W so you can actually see the outlines and what they look like. So these are all frames. So over here, these are the frames. So the rectangle frame tool is what you should see on yours, but there are other frame tools in here, like the ellipse frame tool and the polygon frame tool. So they're here. So if I wanted to create one, I would just create here, and then that's going to create the frame. And then I gave it a stroke. I gave it a 1-point black stroke, the default stroke around. So I'm gonna delete that, but that's all that is, nothing big, okay? Same over here. And then if we go to the B master pages, You'll see I have those set up in categories: pamper and dance, textures, you know, Valentine's Day, mood board, and things like that. So that's already set up for us. Let's go ahead and start creating a mood board. So I'm going to go ahead and click on working page 1. I'm going to apply a master page. And the way to apply a master page is super easy. Like I said, we've done this in a video before, but I'm going to go ahead and apply any one of the B master pages here. And the cool thing is InDesign is smart enough to know whether you apply this left or this right one. Because this is the right page, it's going to apply the correct master page to it. Okay, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I'm on working page 1, and I'm gonna add 2, 3. Okay, so I know that there are 4 pages that I want to create for this. So on master page 1, I want the B master page applied. Master page 2, I want B, and master page 3, I want A. So let me go ahead and grab A, drop that. Notice I grabbed the left side of A, and it's going to apply the correct one. It applied the right side. So just to show you, this is the left side of A, the one I grabbed, but because it's on the right side, it knew to apply the right one to that. And then everything else should be this, everything else should be B. Let me see. Yep, all right, everything else is good. Okay, so the first one, I have textures. So let me go ahead and grab textures. I already have my photos set, so I'm hitting Command D. If you're on a PC, you would hit Control D, D as in David. So now I have mine already in folders. So this is folder 1. I'm going to go ahead and select all 5 images. And I already have a fitting set up for this. So in the master page, I set how I want these to fit inside of the frame. So when I click it, notice it fills the frame proportionally. And that's what I've already set up. And just to show you how to do that, in the master page, I would click on it, and then I would just right click, and then I would choose fitting. And then I would choose fitting options, and I would choose fill frame proportionally. Now, if when you hit it, I'm getting the options because I've already set this up. When you do this for the first time, let's say I make a frame real quick. When I do it for the first time, because you'll be doing it for the first time, so I want to make sure you see it, you're going to go down to fitting, and you're going to get, oh, it's giving the options too. Okay, never mind. Never mind what I was going to say. I thought it wouldn't give you that dialog box. It would just show it like it used to. But anyway, so if you go to fitting, you would hit none. You would hit fill frame proportionally. But I'm going to test this theory real quick. I'm going to go down here inside of the working page. I'm going to grab one. I'm going to right click, go to fitting. Okay, cool. All right, so no, theory is correct. It's going to give you the same dialog box. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm going to go back to here, and I have my textures, and this is the first page for textures. That looks good. Let me go to the next one. And this one is going to be pamper. So now notice I can't click on that text because this was set up in the master page. So if I wanted to break the master page, right, I would hold Control and Shift, and I would click, and that's going to break that lock. And now it's going to allow me to go ahead and type pamper. Okay. Yeah. So pamper. And now what I can do is I can go ahead and make sure pamper is right though. Yep, pamper and dance. That's what this one is. All right, so I'm gonna and dance. All right, so now let me go ahead and grab. So that's how you break the master page lock. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more photos. I'm gonna hit Command D again. If you're on PC, Control D. All right, and I'm gonna go to my folder 2 for the second page, and I'm gonna grab all of these and hit enter or return, and I'm gonna go ahead and start dropping them in. Look at that, look at that. Would you look at that? All right, so what I wanna do with this one is a few modifications. This one I feel great about. This one right here, it's rotated. And I want it to be straight, of course. So I'm going to go up here to object, go to transform, and I'm going to go counterclockwise. Now I always do this so that I know which way is clockwise and which way is counterclockwise. I don't know. It's funny. Okay. So I rotated it, but now what has happened is the picture is on outside of the frame. So, and we talked about the picture in the frame in a past video. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go back down to fitting. And I'm see, this is what I was thinking was going to show, but it wasn't showing there for whatever reason. But so if you get this box instead of that dialog box, when you go to fit, when you go to fitting, this is okay. This is, you know, what you might get instead of the other box. But anyway, so I'm going to fill frame proportionally. And I like that. Now I'm going to select the picture inside the frame. Notice, remember, if I select the frame, this is the same color as the layer. And if I select the image, you'll see that it's a lighter or a different color. And it's sitting outside the frame. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in frame a little bit. Yep, I like that. Yeah. And a few things I could do, I could move them over a little bit just so that their hands aren't coming off. And then this one I could move over, but I really like that negative space right there. So I like this. So I'm going to keep this just as it is. Now I'm going to the next page. And on this one, this is going to be our date, right? They're going on a date and locations. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Command D and bring in page 3 images, go back to photos, page 3, grab all 5 of these, copy. Let's go ahead and drop these in. I'm going to have to do a lot of modifications on these. But that's okay. All right. So on this one, a few things I might want to do. I might want to make the fonts a bit smaller so that I can put the title. Remember this Pamper and Dance right here. I'm actually going to copy the word dance just so that I have it in my clipboard. And I'm going to go back over here to these two, and I'm going to break that lock. So I'm going to hit Command or Control and Shift so that I can break the lock. And I'm going to bring these text size of these down significantly. Let's see, Alex Brush, maybe want that one to go, let's say in the 30s. This one, let's say in the 30s. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring it down. Up here, I'm going to paste this one in. I know I lost a little bit of it, but that's okay. This one is going to be date and date and location. Definitely going to bring that down quite a bit. Maybe 40. Okay. And then these, I might go 24, 24. And I might actually tighten up that, what I did was just reduce the leading quite a bit. That was 34.8. Do the same for this one. Type 34.8. And then I want to make sure that this is 24 as well, as far as the font size. So I'm going to bring that down. And then I'm going to increase the leading between Alex Brush and the date and location. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to hold Option and the down arrow to bring that down to give that some space. And this one I actually want a little bit more. So I'm gonna hold Option or Alt and the up arrow and bring that up some. And I think, all right, let me make sure this whole thing is 24. Yeah, okay. So now I got the fonts, I got the date and location here. It all should be 24, and it is. Okay. Bring that down just a little bit. And then what I want to do is a little separator now. So I'm going to grab the line tool and I'm going to go right at the edge of this end and right here at this edge. And I'm going to give it a nice stroke, larger. And it's a lighter color so that it's not, actually I could make it that gray though. Remember that gray? Yeah, let's look at that and see. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. All right. And I might make it a little less, like a little in some, because I just want a little separator. Okay, so now I have date and location, pamper and dance, and I have them, oh, like they're broke up. Oh, that's a different stroke. Let me click here and let's make sure I don't have it dashed. It looks like I have it. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and put some color in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the ellipse tool and I'm going to click one time. And I had it at 1.5, but I think I want to make 1.25 so that I can see so I'm making a circle in ellipse and I'm making it 1.25 round. But the area that they're going to fit in is 1.5, but I want to see that stroke. So I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I like that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and censor this. Yeah. So now I hit W, that's what it looks like. And that's what I want it to look like. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to hold Option or Alt, hold Shift, and bring this to the center of this one. Once I have that, I'm going to hold Shift, select all of these, hold Option and Shift, and I'm going to find the center of these as well. And one more time, and find the center of these. Okay, so now I have my circles in here. I want to add the colors that I'm going to choose. So I'm going to go here. I've already created swatches for them. And as you'll see these reds. I created the gray and the black, and then I created some pinks. But when you look in your swatch panel, you're going to see a whole bunch of other colors. You can delete swatch colors, but the ones you can't delete, there are 4. There's black, paper, registration, and none. You will not be able to delete those, but you can delete the other colors so that you can show yours. So if yours doesn't look like mine, just go ahead and delete the colors that you don't want. It always comes in with default CMYK and RGB colors, along with black, paper, registration, and none. Okay, all right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and change these colors by selecting them. I'm gonna click on, I wanna make sure that I'm not on the swatch, that I'm on the fill. And I'm gonna click the red. So this one's gonna be dark red. This one's gonna be that gray. This one's gonna be black. This one's gonna be pink. And this one's gonna be a little bit darker. Okay, so these are the colors that I chose for my colors. I wanna go ahead and straighten out these pictures a little bit some. So what I wanna do, I'm clicking on the picture inside the frame. I wanna get more of her as well in this one. I want to just move this over just a tad this one, I want to get rid of this red little flag. So I'm gonna hold Alt and Shift and bring that up until, whoa, I am happy. That's a bit too much, but it's gonna work. All right, and so this one, I wanna move the heart to the center. Okay, and with this one, I just wanna make that a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna select that. And I'm holding Option and Shift so I can make the heart fill that frame a bit more. I'm gonna move it over a little bit, eyeball it, so I'm happy with the center. Okay, all right, happy with that one. Actually, I'm not happy with this one though. That's just a bit too big. So I'm going to bring it down some. Holding Option and Shift again, of course. Okay, all right, I feel much better with that. All right, and then for the last one, I'm gonna save this. I'm going to go ahead and hit Command or Control D, and I'm gonna go grab my photos. I'm gonna grab them from number 4, select all those, hit Return or Enter, and now I'm gonna go ahead and, oops, I'm gonna go ahead and drop some images. So here, 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 and here. Now, there's a few adjustments. I love, this is my favorite photo with the fork and the heart. And all of these, I think the top rows are fine, but I need to do some adjustments with these. So I'm gonna bring, I do like the interest that this adds for like half the heart, half the plate, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it all the way over. Yeah, and I'm just using my arrow keys to bring it in. Oops. There. This one I'm going to do the same. I'm going to bring this all the way over. I think all the photos I'm bringing all the way over. But I love this photo and the way that she is cropped. I think it's beautiful, but oops. But for this video, I'm going to bring it all the way over because it's just a gorgeous photo either way. So I'm going to bring right here over. Okay. I'm going to save that. And then we're going to preview what this looks like. Okay, so I'm going to hit Shift W. And so this is our mood board. So we have our textures that we want to use. We have our pamper and dance category of photos. We have our date and location that we want to use, our colors that we want to use, and we have our pamper and dance area of photos and stuff that we want to use. So now we can go ahead and create either a media package, you know, just whatever we want to create, right? Media package, maybe a poster, maybe we want to create billboards or signage or whatever it is that we want to create. We have a mood board that sets the mood. Now, keep in mind that a mood board is the inspiration, but you're not tied to it. It's not the style guide, right? The style guide is actually your company has come up with these colors. This is what we're going to do. This is set in stone. The mood board is the inspiration. You might not use anything in here. You might just use the mood board for inspiration and things like that. So the mood board is like your beginning phase, your inspiration, what you're inspired by. What do you think of when you think of Valentine's Day? What do you think you want to create? What mood, what vibe does it give you? That's a mood board, right? So we just created our mood board, and I hope you had fun with it. I know I did. I totally enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, please like the video. Let me know, put it in the comments. If there are videos or any other topics or whatever that you want to see, please let me know. All right. So again, I am Andrea Bass-Latson. I'm in a community. I am an Adobe community expert. This is my contact information for Instagram, Behance, and YouTube. So if you want to get in touch with me, please do. If you're like, oh, you know what? Here's a way to do this, or whatever you want, let me know. Please comment, like, subscribe, and that concludes our video for this month. Ta-ta for now. Be safe and have a happy Valentine's Day.